So this is obviously a beautiful dining room, and this was the third space that I designed for these clients. So this is an open concept style house, and one of the challenges that I always have from clients is I love open concept, I just don't know how to do it. So my approach is always I want each space to feel, have its continuity and feel like it's connected, but I like for each space to feel like the beautiful first cousin of a gorgeous family. So each space has its own identity, but it also has its own function and beauty that really meld beautifully together with the surrounding spaces. And so that's what I've done in here. It's connected to the living room and the sunroom. So in here we opted for a lighter blue on the walls, did this beautiful furniture, custom-made table from Italy, made for my clients by our house. I love the painting on it. It has this blue-gray color and it has this rustic elegance that I'm so drawn to. And this is a normal family, right? So they're eating here, they're working here, they're, doing puzzles, Play-Doh, crayons, painting, all the things that you do at a table. And I just love how a table will take on the history of a family. It's just really interesting and compelling. So that's why I really love this look, because it already has that built-in rustic appeal, and it'll just get more and more interesting as this family enjoys it. It does have 2 leaves, which is fantastic for the celebrations, for the holidays, because they wanted this space to be beautiful for the 4 of them on the day-to-day basis, but they also wanted it to be beautiful for their friends and family when they want to invite people over. They want to host the holidays, they want to host the parties. So the additional 2 leaves add lots more seating, and those leaves are also painted and beautiful. We have 6 chairs here. They're upholstered, so they're comfortable, so that you could really sit at this table for 3 or 4 hours and just chat and, chew the fat with your friends or your family, so that no one's getting uncomfortable after a half an hour or so. They are a high performance fabric, so every fiber in them is coated, so they repel stains and moisture and liquids, so on and so forth, which is fantastic, but they just have really beautiful lines done in a really light gray. The area rug is gorgeous. It's a take on a classic style, but it has the variation of blues, and it also has sort of that lived-in feel, which I just think is really beautiful and echoes the sentiments of the table as well. And it gives us some punctuation of blue on the floor where other areas are much lighter and brighter. So in addition to that, we did these fantastic light fixtures here. I opted to do 2 because it really balances out the table beautifully, adds some interest, kind of makes it a little bit less formal, more approachable. And so they're a modern take on a classic New England lantern here. So it's completely, doesn't obstruct your view from any point in the room. You can see right through it. There's no glass that's high maintenance. And I love the finish on them. They're like this silvery golden color, which is really lovely, and it has some age to it. So a classic candelabra style with 4 lights on each lantern, both done on a dimmer. And I just love the way they balance out this table. In addition to which, we did these beautiful custom window treatments, ripple fold draperies, ceiling to floor. They are functional, they open and close because they have neighbors, so it's nice to close them at night and get a little privacy. But I love the chambray material. It has some color, but it also has some texture, so it's that, sort of approachable elegance that I love, a little bit of coastal chic. It also has a beautiful embroidery to it, a white embroidery, which echoes the color of the table and the trim, and also this beautiful china cabinet. So this is obviously a built-in china cabinet, and it's original to the house. And my clients loved it, but they weren't using it. It was sticky, it was hard to open, there was no lighting. It just was a bit of an underutilized gem. So what I opted to do, obviously wanted to keep it. It has this gorgeous leaded glass here, which is original and just beautiful. So I had my team clean up this silver here that had lots of paint and lots of stuff on it. So we cleaned it all up so that it's really lovely, still shows the age. I added lighting inside here on a dimmer switch, which is really beautiful because it helps you to appreciate and enjoy what's inside, but also this great ambient light at night. So, after, the kids have gone to bed or dinner's done, you can turn off most of the lights and just have this on for a beautiful glow. It highlights all of their beautiful things that they had previously not been enjoying or seeing regularly. beautifully. And so to give us a little bit of contrast and depth, I opted to do this contrasting bluish gray tone inside, which balances out the color of the window treatments, the area rug, the chairs, and just helps the silver and the crystal to pop. And I just love the way it came out. We also added some lighting under here and carried that contrasting color down here. So in addition to which, the hardware was a real opportunity for discovery because I wanted to make sure that we complemented the history and the nature of this china cabinet, the age of it, but also updated it to the current design that I did that's very transitional and updated. So what I came up with were these beautiful glass knobs. These are actually vintage. I had to hunt these down, so did these really cool glass round knobs here and then did these glass pulls here. So they don't come as a set. I had to find them, but I love the way they turned out because they really add to the richness of the piece and add to the updated feel of the space. So, and then I also did a beautiful sideboard that has the same finish as the table. But what I love about that piece is it has a blue stone top, which is so fantastic because when I host, I like to have a spot for the bar area for everyone to be able to serve their own beverages. And that blue stone top, gives us the depth of color, which is great, but it's also super functional so that you can put your ice bucket. You can have, glasses that might be, wet, and there's not going to leave marks. It's not going to ruin the finish. It's just like a perfect spot to set up the bar area when you're having, a gathering or the holidays. And then also did these great Roman shades on either side of the china cabinet. I opted to do a translucent sheer material in a Roman shade because I didn't want to add too much depth to the space. I didn't really want to call attention to it, but I love how they turned out because it has a little bit of texture and the design of it echoes the sentiments of the beautiful ceiling to floor ripple fold drapes.